The pervert Harry does terrible things as publicly insults Queen on air, royal furious calls lawyer. Prince Harry spoke candidly about the incredible bond between the Queen and Prince Philip and how he believes the sovereign will cope as a widow. Prince Harry is among the royals to have taken part in an extraordinary documentary remembering the Duke of Edinburgh. In it, the Duke of Sussex touched upon the long-lasting union between the Queen and Philip and how the Duke of Edinburgh truly was the sovereign's strength and stay, as she had described him in 1997. Appearing on the Prince Philip, the royal family remembers, Harry said, "More than anything I miss his sense of humour. But I miss him more for my grandmother because I know how incredibly strong she was with him there." However, the royal appeared confident in his grandmother's strength. He added, "I also know she will be okay without him." During the program, Harry also spoke about how adorable the Queen and Philip were as a couple. He said, "The two of them together were just the most adorable couple. To me, knowing the cheekiness of him and knowing that behind what the world sees you have two individuals who were very much in love and both, from a very young age, have dedicated their life to service. That is an incredible bond between two people." Harry spoke about Prince Philip's humour and commitment to the Queen also in the poignant and heartfelt statement he released in the wake of his grandfather's death. In April, the Duke of Sussex said, "My grandfather was a man of service, honour and great humour. He was authentically himself, with a seriously sharp wit, and could hold the attention of any room due to his charm, and also because you never knew what he might say next." After remembering him not just as a duke but also as a serviceman and his beloved grandfather, Prince Harry described Philip as a rock for the Queen. He wrote, "He has been a rock for Her Majesty the Queen with unparalleled devotion, by her side for 73 years of marriage, and while I could go on, I know that right now he would say to all of us, beer in hand, oh do get on with it." Prince Harry was among the adult grandchildren taking part in the hour-long documentary. His brother Prince William also featured and, among the memories of his grandfather he shared, there was the description of a prank favourite by the Duke of Edinburgh. The Duke of Cambridge said Philip used to get his grandchildren to hold a tube of mustard in their hands and then take the lid off when they were barbecuing at Balmoral. Laughing, William said, "He would squish your hands together to fire the mustard up into the ceiling. He used to get into a lot of trouble with my grandmother for covering most of the places where we had lunch with mustard on the ceiling." Other people featuring in the film are one of the Duke's German relatives, Prince Ludwig of Baden, and Alexandra McCreary, Philip's archivist who also gave a tour of his office. Speaking about the room, she said, "It's a very practical room. He didn't have the frills. It was just a very efficient way of working. He just cracked on." Prince Harry has admitted he wanted to leave the royal family when he was in his 20s and has described royal life as a mixture between The Truman Show and being in a zoo in his latest shot at the monarchy. In an interview with US podcaster Dax Shepard, the Duke of Sussex also spoke candidly about genetic pain and suffering passed on from his father Prince Charles, who he suggested suffered from his own parents, Prince Philip and the Queen. Harry joined the Armchair Expert podcast to discuss his own approach to mental health issues and growing up with privilege. The podcast appearance comes 2 months after an explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey, in which Prince Harry and his wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, accused the royal family of racism, and just a month after the death of his grandfather, Prince Philip. Harry, who is expecting his second child with Meghan later this year, again took aim at Prince Charles, who he had accused of cutting him off emotionally and financially during the Oprah interview.